Have you ever felt a shiver run down your spine while walking through ancient ruins? That feeling that you're not alone, that the whispers of the past are still echoing through the stones. History is filled with incredible empires that rose to unimaginable heights. Only Tovani's leaving us with tantalizing clues and mysteries that haunt us to this day. Today, we're pulling back the curtain of time to explore the secrets behind some of history's most fascinating vanished kingdoms. Our journey begins in the heart of the Cambodian jungle, where the magnificent city of Angkor lies entangled in the roots of giant trees. For centuries, this was the capital of the Khmer Empire, a powerhouse that dominated Southeast Asia from the 9th to the 15th centuries. Imagine a sprawling metropolis, larger than modern-day Paris, with a population of nearly 1 million people. Its heart was Angkor Wat, a breathtaking temple complex that is still the largest religious monument in the world. The Khmer were master engineers, creating an ingenious network of canals and reservoirs, a hydraulic system that sustained their vast city and rice paddies. They were astronomers, artists, and warriors. So, what happened? Why was this glittering capital suddenly abandoned to the jungle? For a long time, historians believed it was a single catastrophic event, like an invasion from the neighboring Ahutaya kingdom. But the truth, as it often is far more complex. Modern research, using technologies like LiDAR, which can see through the dense jungle canopy, has painted a new picture. It seems the Khmer Empire fell victim to its own success. The very water management system that was their greatest strength became their undoing. A period of intense, prolonged droughts, followed by torrential monsoons, overwhelmed the system. The canals failed, the reservoirs dried up, and the city's lifeblood was cut off. It wasn't a sudden collapse, but a slow, agonizing decline, as people gradually moved away, seeking more stable lands. Angkor wasn't lost in a single battle. It was slowly reclaimed by the nature it had tried so hard to tame. Now, let's sail across the oceans to the Americas, to a mystery that predates Columbus by centuries. We're talking about the Maya civilization. Unlike the Khmer or the Romans, the Maya weren't a single, unified empire. They were a network of powerful city-states, like Tikal and Calakmul, that dotted the landscape of modern-day Mexico, Guatemala, and Belize. For over 1,000 years, they thrived, building towering pyramids, developing one of the most sophisticated writing systems in the ancient world, and creating a calendar so precise it's mind-boggling even today. They were brilliant astronomers, tracking the movements of the planets and stars with incredible accuracy. And then, around the 9th century AD, something strange happened. In the southern lowlands, the heart of their civilization, the grand cities began to empty. The intricate stone carvings stopped. The construction of massive temples ceased. People simply walked away from their homes, leaving behind cities that had stood for generations. What could cause such a widespread abandonment? The theories are as numerous as the stars the Maya once charted. Was it incessant warfare between the city-states that bled them dry? Was it a peasant revolt against the ruling elite? Or was it, like the Khmer, an environmental catastrophe? Evidence points to a series of severe, century-long droughts that crippled their agricultural systems. In a society so dependent on maize, a felled crop meant starvation. The collapse of the classic Maya wasn't an apocalypse, but a gradual societal shift, a painful migration away from the once great centers of power. The kingdom didn't vanish, it transformed. Next, we journey to the arid coast of Peru, to a civilization you might not have heard of, but whose story is just as compelling. The Mocha, flourishing from the 1st to the 8th centuries AD. The Mocha were not a unified empire but a collection of autonomous polities sharing a common culture. They were master craftsmen, known for their stunningly realistic pottery that depicted every aspect of their lives, from warfare and ritual sacrifice to hunting and even daily chores. They built massive adobe brick pyramids, called huacas, like the Huaca del Sol and Huaca de la Luna, which still dominate the landscape today. The Moche world was steeped in ritual and ruled by warriors. Their art shows us a society where power was maintained through elaborate ceremonies, often culminating in human sacrifice. But what could bring down such a fiercely religious and artistic culture? The answer, it seems, came from the heavens and the sea. Ice cores from Andean glaciers reveal a period of extreme climate volatility around the 6th century. First came a Super El Nino event, bringing Abu 30 years of intense rain and flooding that would have eroded their adobe pyramids and destroyed their irrigation systems. This was immediately followed by a 30-year drought. This 1-2 punch of climate chaos would have been devastating. The gods they worshipped and sacrificed to had seemingly abandoned them. This crisis of faith likely led to internal conflict and political upheaval, causing the Mosia civilization to fragment and ultimately fade into history. Our final stop takes us to a legendary empire whose very existence is debated. The lost city of Atlantis. First described by the Greek philosopher Plato, Atlantis was an advanced naval power that supposedly conquered parts of Western Europe and Africa around 9,000 years before his time. It was a utopian civilization, a beautiful island kingdom of great wealth, art, and technology, located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which we know today as the Strait of Gibraltar. But, as Plato tells it, their hubris angered the gods, and in a single day and night of misfortune, the island of Atlantis was swallowed by the sea and disappeared. Is Atlantis a real place, or just a moral allegory created by Plato to discuss political theory? That's the million-dollar question. For centuries, explorers and scholars have searched for it everywhere, from the Mediterranean to the Caribbean. One popular theory links the myth to the Minoan civilization on the island of Crete, around 1600 BC. The nearby volcanic island of Thera, now Santorini, erupted in one of the largest volcanic events in human history. The eruption triggered a massive tsunami that would have devastated the coastal cities of the Minoan civilization, a dominant sea power of its time. Could the memory of this real-life catastrophe have been passed down through generations, eventually evolving into Plato's story of Atlantis? We may never know for sure. Atlantis remains the ultimate lost empire, a tantalizing whisper from the depths of the ocean, a reminder of the fine line between history and myth. From the jungle-choked temples of the Khmer to the drought-stricken cities of the Maya, from the flooded pyramids of the Mocha to the legendary sunken island of Atlantis, these stories are more than just historical footnotes. They are cautionary tales. They show us that no matter how advanced, powerful, or magnificent a civilization becomes, it is never immune to the forces of nature, internal conflict, and this slow, relentless march of time. The whispers of these lost empires remind us of our own vulnerability and the importance of learning from the past. What secrets are still buried, waiting to be discovered? What other kingdoms have been lost to the sands of time? The search continues. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey through time. If you're as fascinated by these mysteries as I am, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the past. Let me know in the comments which lost empire you find the most captivating. Until next time, keep questioning and keep exploring.